this place filled with empty space, your love holds the key, baby, sympathize with me. I need you before I lost your touch of light and grace. I knew that your sweet face could always comfort me. I love you. In this place full of empty space, your soft and tender love will always shine for me. I love you. Now I know.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Tarnation TV, broadcasting here Super Sundays at the All-Star Racing League. Always a big shout out to our sponsors, everybody involved with this league. We've got Brian Wolf of Fluid Studios, we've got David Chin, and of course we've got the main sponsor, Bryant Motorsports Auto Sales. Big fan of all those guys for bringing us in here to do their season number 3. Is currently where we are. No, we're not. Yes, we are. I can't keep track. We're already in season 3, race number 5 of 8. That's wild, man. But yeah, this is. We're going to take a look at the points here in a second. It's so close. It's madness. But anyway, my name is Blaine Donlin, joined as always by Sir Rod Weston himself.
Yes, sir. And I'm glad to be here doing this for Brian Wolf and the gang. And looking forward to it. I love calling race super speedways because I hate racing them. But and like you said, points thing, and we got to bring that up for sure. It is pretty cool that the way where it is at right now. And, you got to pick your favorite, the guy that keeps pegging at him every week. Is currently tied up there, so that's pretty good.
And I'm looking at that. If the tiebreaker, I think Rawson, it's showing Rawson in second, tied with Oaks in first. But Rawson has one win and Oaks does not, so I think that would be the tiebreaker.
Yeah. Garland Oaks has had been racing over here, and I think it was 1 week he just had a bad week, not terribly bad, but a slight bad week. And then he's gone off, blistered 2 seconds in a row, and then last week got a third, and actually went up, and he's tied for first place in points with Brian Rasson, as you said. So, but Brian has 1 win, so I would imagine that would be the tiebreaker. But we still got 4 more races, so after tonight it would be 3. Yeah, that's going to change. We know for sure. Well, it could stay the same. We'll see. We have to wait and see how it turns out.
Yeah, that's the thing. Here we are looking at the current point standings after 4 races. This is race number 5. And again, there's Bryant Motorsport Auto Sales logo on the side there. Can't thank those guys enough. But these guys always scare me a little bit too, because I'm always in the race server like about half an hour to 45 minutes before we go live to kind of just make sure everything's working okay. And there's like no one here. And then everybody piles in the last 15 minutes. Never fails. And then, we've got cars on the track practicing, not for the full 90 minutes, because it's always open 90 minutes before we go. But, it never fails. These guys know what they're doing at Talladega.
Absolutely. These guys are some of the best that are out there that run these super speedway stuff. I can't hold a candle to any of these guys out here. I can run around there, I can follow them around, but I don't have that kind of talent.
Drivers,
looks like they're getting into qualifying. No, happy hour. Yeah, they lotto.
That's right, too. They lotto qualify, too. That's right, too. I forgot about that this season. Just one subtle, other than race distance, that they changed it up a little bit, and now they do lotto qualifying. And looking at it right there, let's see, Poppy Sandoval is going to be on the pole with Perry Bond on the outside. Kelly Caza is going to be 3rd. John Godfrey 4th. Garland Oaks is starting up in the 5th spot. It's a good place for him. I talked with him there the last few weeks. We've talked with him, and last week he said he would rather be in the back. So that's a little different for him. But then we have Dennis.
Is he still running? You talked with him. Is he still running that illegal rubber compound? They suspended him for the last 2 years.
I'm not sure. What he's running, but he's
just
got
getting off a 2-year suspension for running that illegal rubber compound. So we're just keep an eye on that car.
Yes, for sure. But then Robert Spring, he's going to start off in 7th. Then Randy Waugh, 8th. 9th is Bob Sire, and 10th is going to be Denny Carroll. I'll let you do the rest of those because, there's a little less for you to do too.
I love making up fake news with these guys because they're all fantastic. But yeah, we've got Carroll in 10th, like you just mentioned, right beside him, Brian Wolf in the 29, and we've got Mark Paglia, Ken Roberts, David Chin himself, Brian Rawson, our tied points leader overall. We've got Dave. It was Dave Little, right? We get Dave Little back there, and that would be not 18th position, probably more like 16th. Greg Palmer and Cody Lamas, because the Panthers are not playing in Florida. Cody will be joining us this evening. We always know if Cody's not here, the Panthers are at home and he's got season tickets. But either way, there is your 18 drivers for this evening.
For 20.
And then in the points chase, like we said, we got Garland Oaks up there in the front, Brian Ross in the 2nd. Randy Waugh is 11 behind. Brian Wolf is 22 behind. Janice McCarthy, Ken Roberts, Mark Paglia, Bob Sire. Robert Spring is in the 9th position, and rounding out the top 10 is going to be Seth Cole. He's not had a great season so far, but speaking of Brian Wolf, he's in here with us. Brian.
Yes, he is.
Well. How's everybody doing tonight? I was just talking about you two. I was looking over at my screen on the broadcast, and I noticed that you have our next race listed as December 21st.
Oh, I do. It's December 21st next weekend.
Oh, and then Rod, I got to ask you a question, and this is important, so pay attention. Are you live?
Yes,
yeah.
Okay. Just making sure. This is coming straight from Team Crunch, as you referred to us last week, Blaine.
Yes.
I do take notes, so you guys are, got to keep you guys on your toes. No, but thanks for having me up here. I got about 6 minutes to go before we go green. I've already given these guys their little briefing. As always,
it doesn't say 21st. It says 21st. You must be seeing things.
Okay. I see you got our new logo up there too, man. That's fantastic.
Yes.
But anyway, I appreciate you guys having me up here for a minute, because as always, I have to thank some people, our sponsors, especially Bryant Motorsports, Dave Chin, and Charlie Bryant. Without those guys, we just don't do this. I mean, they're the guys paying the bills, and we're truly blessed to have all this happen, have these guys come together. So we so much appreciate them, and we got some exciting things coming up. I'm going to mention that in a minute. I did want to talk about, I want to thank our admins too over at All Stars Racing. Robin Hudson, our awards guy. Dave Chin, of course. Nelson Rodriguez, better known as Postal, does all the website stuff, and he runs our Wednesday series. Ken Roberts is kind of new to us as admin, but we thank him too. Wayne Meldinger, or we just call him Dinger, runs our Tuesdays and Thursday things for us sometimes. So I want to thank all those guys. Without, to be successful, you got to surround yourself with the best people. And that's what we've done here. And I tell you, I'm truly blessed. And then I also have the unfortunate task. I know you guys have been doing some broadcasting here this past week. And as we all know, we lost one of the icons, man, again, Bob Dixon. Bob Dixon from RTG passed away here recently, and we just want to send out our thoughts and our prayers, to his family, his wife, and brother Tom, who raced with us sometimes. We're going to miss that guy, Mr. Factoids. I know we've been talking about him all week, and there's probably going to be some tribute races and stuff coming up, so we want to stay tuned for those. Bob and I actually shared a Challenger Championship one season over at RTG, and he was just the best guy. I mean, as hard as we battled for that every single week, I mean, we were just door to door, elbowing each other, and we never lost sight of our friendship. You know what I mean? And he was just a great guy to have around, and he's going to be missed. So we want to dedicate tonight's race to him and his family and all his, his friends over at RTG. And, we're thinking about you guys. I think that's about all I have. I got about 4 minutes to go here till we go green. Like I mentioned before, you guys might have seen the post today with the new logo. We got some exciting stuff happening for Saturday nights. Ken Roberts is going to be lead admin, and we've got an admin team in place, and we're going to be opening up January 10th for our premier Talladega Super Speedway Series with the Men's Cup. And going to be not unlike what you guys have seen before and what our viewers have seen before and what these racers have seen before. But the list of guys we got on board for this is just phenomenal. I think we're going to see some outstanding 3-wide 40-car fields coming up here Saturday nights with these other leagues, kind of closing down and giving it up, so to speak. We're just going to take over Saturday nights. So stay tuned for that, and there'll be more details coming out on that.
That's a cool mod too. That's a big, there's that big, the big mods that are very popular, and that's definitely one of them, along with the Aero 88 mod too. So it's always great to see that Monster Energy 19 mod. That'll be a lot of fun, especially at this track. We've seen how well that thing does here. That's gonna be good. You guys are running the 66 laps.
Yep, absolutely.
Has that been decided? Yeah,
I believe it's going to be 66 laps, 2x timing. A lot of the regulars. Scoring is going to be a little bit different. It's not going to be a playoff type of situation. It's going to be a 10-week series. As for tonight's series, our Super Sundays, I think what we're going to do is, Rod, you're going to get your wish. I think we're going to move in a little bit different direction and pull in some more, either some different tracks or
cool.
We might change the format up to do some sprint racing or something like that. Per our little meeting this past week, Blaine, you said you could handle some sprint races. So if we can work it out on our end, I think we might go that direction. But
we've done all kinds of weird formats with like the King of Kings series that Ken Roberts came up with at Talladega Nights, like running these multiple random, every race has a different format. Like, we can definitely handle it.
That's cool, man. And we got some special things coming up too. In April of this next upcoming year, is going to be the 6th annual ending gun violence dedicated to Cannon Hinnant. That's always a big event. Yeah, 6 already. Yeah.
Wow.
yeah. But don't miss that little dude any less. And we're going to put on a race for him. And we've got now, it'll be our second showing at the new Fluid Raceway, modeled after Michigan, and it's got all his stuff there. All replicas of his mural and his billboards, and the ball field and on the infield. And we're really gonna have some fun with that. And we've got some special things planned for that already. And man, we're moving along. Here we are, race 5 in this thing, and we're tied at the top just about. And I think only 40 points separate the top 10. So this is going to be exciting. Hopefully we'll give you guys a good one tonight.
Yeah, 45 points from 10th to 1st. So, and yeah, like speaking of that custom Michigan track that you've got there for the Young Gun Violence race, a huge, massive shout out to John Godfrey. We don't mention him enough. All the texture work he does with these tracks.
Exactly.
There's so many Easter eggs in that Michigan track, dude. I don't even think I found all of them. Of course, there's a Tarnation TV building, which is awesome because we used to just have the porta potty before. Now there's a full blown building there. So, but it's neat to see like all the stuff that he hid in that track. You're going behind the gas station and there's like graffiti on the wall. It's got like Cannon's name or whatever. And, you know, it's neat to see that. That innocent wall art, he took that and put it at the end of like Pit Road.
Yeah, that stuff is so cool. And then like turn 3 is now labeled Cannon's Corner with all his billboards and stuff. And
then the baseball diamond in the infield with the it was the park that they've set up all his stuff there. Has got their name on that. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. John Godfrey, guy's awesome.
All right, so I hate to cut you short, but we do want to thank John Godfrey, absolutely, because he built that track specifically for that race. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Sometimes we use it over at ASR on our regular schedule, but we pull that track out once a year, and it's coming up April. But anyway, I've got 28 seconds to put the helmet on and get strapped in here. So,
cool,
guys. Hopefully, we'll give you a good one. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you as always, Blaine, Rod, and Rod. Make sure you stay live, buddy.
Hey, good luck.
Thank you.
You know where I was today anyway.
Thanks,
I'm trophies, so.
There he is, Brian Wolf.
Yes, Brian Wolf, the guy that runs this show.
Yeah, we can't call David Chin the boss, so I guess we'll just call Brian the boss.
Yeah. He runs this show. Ken Roberts is going to run the Saturday night show. And what did he say? Posla runs the Wednesday, and Dinger runs the Tuesday and Thursday. So
that'll be interesting to see because we've raced with these guys for so long in all these different leagues that the stuff that they come up with, like, okay, let's load up a track, put drivers on it and go for a race. But no, like when you get these sprint races and then like Roberts was responsible for the King of Kings where they did multiple races and then like you were on a team with like 5 other people and then 2 of you got to race in one race, 2 of you got to race in the other race, and then like the last 3 guys would race in the third race, and then after that everybody raced in a big race. And then they kept track of all the points. It's insane. But the different ways they come up with is awesome, and I'm always excited to see what those guys like Brian's got, that team behind him, what they can pull off on a Saturday.
Don't forget to let it run through so you don't get kicked down.
We are letting her run through. There's the parade lap starting at a... Yeah, there's the parade lap on the back straight. We're going to do a half lap.
Yeah.
And there we go. Let's see here. What do we got? Take a look at these guys while they're gridding up.
Godfrey's car is going to throw us for a loop tonight, but it's pretty cool. It is a tribute car, I would say, to the late Smokey Yunick, obviously one of the world's greatest, depending on who you talk to, innovators.
You're talking about Kazi?
Is it Kazi? Isn't that one?
Kazi's driving at 13, Kazi, yeah. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, and that's that's a tribute to Smokey Yunick, who was, undoubtedly one of the biggest innovators in NASCAR, and many rules were made up from that guy. So.
Oh man, we've had so many great conversations with all the crazy stuff that he pulled off.
Yeah,
was he the one who dipped the car in acid to make it lighter?
Yep, that's one. He did that. He did that. I mean, a basketball. He put you had to have I think it was a 25-gallon fuel cell, so he put a 28-gallon fuel cell in there and then threw a basketball in it. So they checked it. The right amount of fuel came out. They were good. Everything was great. And then they turn around and he'd deflate the basketball, and when they filled it up, he had 28 gallons.
So cool, man.
Things like that, yeah.
Yeah, no, we drained the tank. It was full.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they just pop the ball and then just put more gas. It fits more gas at the tank. So funny.
Pace car is on pit road. Ulysses Sandoval, man, calling the shots up there. Outside of him is Perry Baum. Let's see how they get this going. Who's going to get the better run at the start? You got two of the top super speedway drivers up there. Let's see what they can do.
And the thing about racing, I find, like when you listen to all these old stories from NASCAR and stuff, in any racing discipline really, is, you know, cheating is bad. You know, if you're going to take steroids or whatever and hit the ball farther in baseball or skate faster in hockey, like that sucks. But for some reason, when it comes to racing, I love it when guys cheat, man. It's so fascinating, the stuff that they come up with. You know, putting a couple of nickels underneath the gas pedal at a super speedway so like you can just get that extra, kick those nickels out of there and get that extra throttle play.
Yeah.
You know, and like, hey, if you find me, cool, but if you don't find me, then I'm getting an extra half horsepower, which is going to keep you up the front, and you know all these extra long gas lines to hold more fuel, putting basketball inside the fuel tank. You know, it's just, I love it that just the creativity. You know, you're not just shooting a needle in your arm and getting bigger muscles. Like there's something you can do to this car. It's just science going crazy to see how these guys try to get by the officials. Ulysses holding that middle line.
Just going to say, the inside line got a really, really good run. So the top three cars there in that inside line was able to clear Perry Bond and get themselves moved up there. Perry Bond was actually moved to the outside with John Gottfried behind him and trying to make that outside line work. Guys, to get into the cheating stories, dude, you're talking to one of the best. But I have been tore down. I've won many races and lost quite a few. So, you know, didn't quite get past the tech guys, but
well,
hey,
and now you need to kind of recalibrate your car because you're a little bit lighter now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, gonna have to this year. Yep.
Yeah. So now that's a whole different thing again, right? Like you're thinking, okay, now what?
Actually, going to be a benefit. So because I was a little overweight, anyways. But that's where I was today. Today we had our banquet for my live racing, and I took the championship in my respective division, and so. I got a trophy. I didn't get to keep it long, but I got a trophy and a beautiful jacket, and didn't get to keep either one of them very long. My sister stole them, but I did get to keep. I'm going to keep the sign that was made by New England Karting Company, and we're going to put that on the wall up there with the rest of the body parts. So
cool. Yeah, you always give your trophies. Most of them, I'll give your trophies away.
I don't keep any. Occasionally there'll be one. My sister will see one that I want that. If you get that, if you win, I want that trophy. And there's been a couple of those this year. And I mean, I get it. They were really cool trophies. But other than
how
that,
cool did they get? Like a Martinsville, what do they give away? Like the grandfather clock?
Well, they're usually just a simple trophy. But these here where they had actually had a metal cup on the top of it. And it was really cool. So, but other than that, I end up giving them to a kid that does not race. Perfect example. We're sitting there, they're getting out trophies, and this little kid, I don't know how old he was. He was going to his mom, I want a trophy. And I said, psst, ma'am, just don't worry, he's getting.
Yeah, you heard that, and
I heard that, and that was the kid. I already had picked him, but I sit there while I'm waiting to pick a kid, and then they get the trophy.
So Perry Bond from 6th place jumped down to the low line, and Kelly Cossey saw that in his review mirror, and it's now down there too, wanting to pick that low line up.
You got to get a little more organized down there, but they just because they just got down there a little bit.
Perry started it. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, but see. But that's the thing. That's the downside to what they were doing. The momentum. You know, if you're Randy Waugh and Denny Carroll, we know these two guys will hunt each other out, and they just seem to like to run together. And I can take some blame for that. They were both on our teams when we did the. Dennis McCarthy just blinked out for a little bit. He pulled out to the high side to get out of the traffic because of that. But and I got them guys racing together, and they since then they just seem to work together. And they saw that momentum coming on the bottom side, jumped right down in front of Kelly Kaza, and look what it did. It's going to put Randy Waugh out in the lead. I'm pretty sure that he should be able to. Why not? Kelly Kaza went to the high side. You saw that memo out there. I think Randy Waugh will get to lead this lap. You see Kelly Kaza on that high side.
It plays out because Ulysses was leading that middle line and nobody was veering from it. And then when from 6th, Perry hops down there. Kazi comes down in front of him, and then the line starts forming, and now Ulysses is back in like 6th spot. And that's how fast it all changes here, because we've got so many lanes we can race in. It's like 5 lanes wide. You can multiple grooves here, so.
But you can see the outside lanes got formed up really good. Now they're pulling. They've got just about up the outside of Randy Waugh. Now, I think if they had talked about it earlier, I know Randy and Denny whisper to each other, which is a function that they can do in the TeamSpeak. Had they noticed it early enough, I would imagine they would have probably gone up there, because that's what you got to do when you're out there. You want to go where the momentum's coming. They usually try to stay together until it gets near the end. Sometimes it just depends on what happens. They're the type of, well, I can't push you anymore if that line's coming. Get up there, whatever. They work. There's a lot of guys out there that work together. I know Ken Roberts and Mark Paglia and a few of the other guys like that like to get together and work together. So I'd like to say it's an individual sport, but in this style of racing, you need help, and you need the right
bumps
people.
On the bottom line there. Sorry to interrupt. That was
it's good.
Big bumper hit there. Like, no,
Perry
getting
Barr.
squirrely.
Oh,
Yep,
no.
There they go.
Wow, that was weird.
Yeah, it was weird, because I thought that was going to happen on the bottom line, but everybody will take the flag here. There's no race back. I'll take a
We only
look
got
at that.
seven laps in. We know they can do around 19 to 20 laps of fuel. I would say probably like Randy Waugh and Kelly Kaza, that they're using a little bit more gas, being the guys that are braking the air. But I think you'll probably see everybody pit. Tires would be a little bit different options around that. But you'll also see somebody that hasn't led a lap may take this time to someone like Denny Carroll or Kelly Kaza, that if they're going to continue and try to do points racing, they'll try to stay out, lead a lap, and then go to the back and work their way back towards the front.
It's weird. It's like an internet thing. Everybody just started hooking for some reason.
Yeah. Like it was. It almost kind of seemed like just a little bit of internet latency. That's why I kind of said, whoa, that was weird, because it didn't. It kind of went crazy. Ooh. David Chin got in the back of Mac Paglia because he just Mark stopped so quick. Right,
Back
let's
live here.
see who pits and who stays out. Looks kind of like everybody is headed down there except for Perry Bond. He's going to, nope, Ulysses Sandoval. Perry Bond changed it. Yep.
Perry wanted to lead the lap, and since Ulysses was going to get it, he decided to go back in. And he does have until that cone you see at that yellow line to make that decision.
That'll be the Ulysses Sandoval. That's really kind of strange, because he's already led 4 laps on the evening. So that's a little strange for him to do that. Other than you would think you wouldn't think it like that much, but some guys strategy starts now.
Well, see, Ulysses still has a potential to gain more points with leading the most laps, so that could help. He's already got the point for leading 1, but if he wants to lead the point for leading the most, it could come down to this one right here.
Yep, and also too, maybe his strategy is, well, I know if this thing goes green, I can go to here, but I can't do it if I pit now, so I'm going to pit, it a little later, and hopefully, maybe he can go a little bit further. I don't remember what the exact amount it is, but you can save probably about a lap or 2 under caution, especially if you're coasting and using your clutch to just coast it down a little bit. So
Fortunately, John Godfrey was forced to retire.
Yeah, he hit the wall pretty hard.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at that too. We can back that up, find out where that happened. Just speed it up a little bit here. Because he was in front of Paglia and they started sort of getting jammed up here. Oh yeah, he's straight into the wall a couple times actually.
It's unfortunate for John Godfrey.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Early in the race too, and depending on how much damage
Yeah.
was done, you know.
I mean, some guys will stay out there even with a damaged car and keep racing. Some of them, to them, it's not fun. It's not that much fun, and I agree with it. It isn't a whole lot of fun, just riding around slow.
More pit stops. There comes Ulysses Sandoval with McCarthy and Paglia and Breedlove, Lamas, and Rawson.
That's going to put Brian Wolf out in the lead, so he was the first one off from pit road.
Mm-hmm. And he will get his first lap led of the evening right here, so that's another little point for him.
That's an important point for him.
In fourth, although he's tied fourth with McCarthy.
He's got Brian 22 points.
Yeah, he does have 3 top 10s, where McCarthy only has 2, so I think that would be the tiebreaker there. If you were saying he's tied for fourth, I think he actually would be fourth. Because McCarthy does have a DNF.
And it'd be interesting to see if Denny Carroll, who has only raced 2 races and he's won 2 races, if he can keep that streak going. Currently he's in the 12th place in position, but you keep winning. We've talked about how the points here, there's like a 5-point gap for winning down to the second place, and then it drops 3 points, and then it drops 1 point. So that amount of points that you can get for winning a race, if he can keep doing it, we might get his interest and keep over here racing.
Just taking a quick browse the field here, taking a look at all these cars. Guys are clutching under caution, of course. Gaining those, you're already saving fuel being under yellow at slower speeds, but
save more by doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? That little bit of savings could come into play, later on. Especially when we start getting to the point where we're getting green flag pit stops in.
Yeah. Is Brian thinking about going, or is he trying to fake people? I'm right on board with him to say what he's going to do. No, he's going for it.
Yeah, we're only got 10 laps in. The last 3 of them are run under caution. The thing is he'd be probably more banking on there's probably going to be another caution. He'd like to get out there and lead a few of them, but no, he didn't stay out. He went in, didn't he?
That's the thing. Lights will go out now, which means they will go green next time around. And coming in and doing this, we're going to have to pit a couple more times. Could put you in position.
Oh gosh! All right, so our current leader, of course, Bob Sire, he is taking the high side. Yes, I'm getting to that.
Okay.
And so I'm looking down, and of course I mentioned the fact that I went to my banquet today, and he goes, it wasn't a championship trophy, it was a participation trophy. So
so your trophy isn't real, Rod.
That's what he's saying. Yeah. That's what he's saying.
It's a pretty slick looking rig there. The Detroit Lions, or Detroit, depending how you say it. The football theme here was put on the table. It's always cool when there's a little bit of a thing like, hey, if you want to change your car, let's do football.
That gives him a chance.
Or favorite band. It's always cool to see when they do themes like that, And in Randy Waugh's case, Corey's probably watching, so hi, Corey. He didn't, they decided to go with football teams, and, well, he didn't have to change it because he always runs a Crimson Tide. So
that's true. You're right.
He's like, well, that's convenient. Took him 0 minutes to get that one ready.
Bob Sire has been, racing the whole season. He's currently 8th in points, about 36 behind. He's got time to do it, so getting out here leading the lap is going to help for a little bit, and plus, winning this would help out a lot more. Lights are off. The pace car is headed down pit road. Yes, Brian Wolf, I am live.
Yeah.
That happens once in a while.
Me too. Yeah, it's funny. You forget you scrub around in a replay sometimes. You're thinking, why's my ticker in the future? I'm like, oh, because I'm in the past. Whoops.
That's right.
Bob Sire will lead the field right beside Randy Wall followed by Kevin Causey in the 13.
Kelly's kind of held back a little bit, so that could come to an advantage for Bob
He's
Sire.
leaving space for Carroll, I'll bet.
I don't know. You got the two, the Randy Wall and Denny Carroll. They're gonna work together.
Yeah, sometimes when you see them leaving space, you're wondering if somebody's going to slide up there.
Yep.
Ken's down there too, but nope, they're tightening him up now.
Now Bob's gonna get a heck of a shove going down the backstretch. There it is, and he's gonna get pushed probably at least up to the side of Denny Carroll, maybe even further. Just as we always say, the bottom gets in the corner better, but the outside gets off the corner better. So once they get that momentum built up, he's already up beside Denny Carroll now. He's getting a great push by Kelly Cosna, so he's going to work his way up there to the outside of Randy Waugh. We got a third line started on the outside there. We got Greg Palmer.
Breedlove looking to start that third line.
Greg Palmer's starting it. You got Ryan O'Sullivan behind him.
Palmer? Oh, it is Palmer. 22. Yep.
22. Yep. Like I said, I don't like Pepsi, but I like the looks of that car. It's pretty good.
Why am I saying Breedlove? Does Breedlove run a similar car?
I'm not sure. But as they did that, like we always talk about, the momentum, Robert Spring pulled up in front of Greg Palmer, as well as Perry Bond. They got that third groove on the high side rolling right now.
Here we go, 3 wide Talladega, as is tradition.
Bob Sire, Kelly Kaza, and Dave Little, they're kind of stuck right now in what they call the sucker hole.
Cody and Paglia could get in there, though, because they're trying not to lose the draft.
Yeah, Paglia's got, I would assume, a bit of damage.
Yeah.
The biggest thing Paglia needs is probably somebody behind him.
Yep. Yeah, when you're at the back like that, you definitely want somebody behind you. So Cody's in a good spot. Paglia, not so much.
He seems to be all right in the draft. We don't know how much damage he did receive from that, but he's all right so far in the draft as long as these guys are running side by side. But if they start going single file, sometimes when you get just the right amount of damage, that does not do you any good.
So Bob Sire quickly going to the back with no help in the center there, in the center lane, but he was able to lead 3 laps, so he's got those points.
Now, Perry Bond moves that down to the second groove, being at that third groove, the middle groove, the second one there, kind of went to the back. Ken Roberts pulling to the high side, leaving the bottom, getting out in front of Perry Bond. You'll see a lot of drivers do that. Oh no, Robert Spring gets a little help through the corner. He's around, upside down. Bob Sire, Greg Palmer. There's a few more back there.
Yeah, we saw that from the review mirror. Perry Bond, I was on board with him. Back to second, take a look at it.
That's a pretty big one.
You can't really see from that angle. Back it up and do helicopter view. Oh, just bumped in the corner, yeah.
Unfortunately for Bob Sire, he was nowhere to go at all. Robert Spring's car turned right around right in front of him. Not a good day.
Well, Palmer was able to help out a little bit there and get Robert Spring back on his wheels.
Yeah.
Pit lane will be closed.
Palmer's car does not look real pretty. Don't know if he's going to be able to drive. I don't know if he drove away from it after he tipped Bob Spring over. Let's see. So currently Randy Waugh is the leader. Let's see if he pits. Denny Carroll's behind him. I'm checking to see. Denny has led a lap, so probably pit.
Looks like most.
Perry Bond's going to take advantage of that chance, the opportunity to go out and lead that lap. We're 16 in. What do you think? Anybody going to take tires, maybe? I think a lot of it has to depend on how much fuel they actually really need. Or sometimes even they would rather have the tires, care about the track position so much as having tires.
Yeah, no tires for Carroll, no tires for Waugh. Tires
Mark Hagley has taken rights.
Oaks.
Brian Wolf took lefts.
Okay.
Bob Sire's probably going to take all 4 tires and get the damage fixed because that thing took a hard hit.
Yeah, still the only car out is, unfortunately, the 711 of John Godfrey, retired about 9 laps ago. You see our upcoming live broadcast here on the channel, the final race of season 66 at the Talladega Challenge at Rolling Thunder Gaming. This Thursday, December 18th. That's, of course, a simulcast. Yeah. It's, of course, a simulcast with Flat Out Racing Network. So I broadcast from here and send a signal to both channels. Of course, we're live at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We'll be back here next Sunday, December 21st, for race number 6. Oh, yes, I forgot. This is in the wrong order. This Friday. So we're busy this week. We've got December 19th is this Friday. The Primetime Racing League are doing their All-Star race in the Truck Series. So that's cool. The Camping World Truck Series 2015 mod. They'll be doing their All-Star race this Friday. So join us here for that, 9 o'clock Eastern as well. So Thursday and Friday we're live. Back here on Sunday. And, of course, in March you can see there, Mavericks got us signed up for season number 6 over there. March 3rd for their big Daytona race.
You're missing the most important one. The RV there yet, dude.
Tomorrow.
Come on.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah.
Where's the button? Push the button.
Gotta have the RV there yet.
In the link below.
Gotta watch Blaine
day number
doze
2.
off a little bit and drive off a
cliff.
the ramp.
Yeah. It's over on Tarnation TV Turbo, so totally separate channel because it's a little bit more loosey-goosey over there. But yeah, if you want to check us, it's myself, Rod, Milt Surratt, Robert Spring, and
Buddy Rick, if we can get the 5 people thing to work.
Yep. And there's an RV in the forest, and we have to figure out how to get it back to the freeway using the winch and jack stands and all kinds of hilarious things. And probably the chillest, most slowest paced game of all time. Remember, somebody had to take a bathroom break and just take a seat in the RV and then you can walk away from your computer. We'll just drive you around. It's a lot of fun, that game, man.
Oh, man, we had a blast.
And you told me something there, too. I've always got a cigarette in my mouth because it makes you run faster when the bears are coming after you. If you drink the coffees make you run faster for way longer than the cigarettes do.
It makes you run long enough so you can outrun the bear on one drink of coffee. So we got to remember to save that.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. And the beer makes you super strong. You can push stuff, right? And I'm like, I take a beer and push something. You end up pushing it 300 feet. I'm like, man, I gotta watch that. Holy moly.
Remember, you had him pick me up, and then one time he had drank a beer and picked me up, and I went for a real long
one. Oh, yeah, 3 of 1,000 feet. It was awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Gotta come watch it. It is a boatload of fun, non-stop laughter. Watching, last week we had 4 idiots that it just was way too much fun.
Yeah, and we put it on the Turbo channel because it's, like I said, it's not so much of a sophisticated broadcast with tickers and information. It's just my screen, what I'm seeing. I'm sort of playing the cameraman, so it's one of those things where, and then also the language can get kind of crazy sometimes because crazy stuff happens. So yeah, definitely come join us over there. It should be a lot of fun. Lights are still on because Palmer just retired as well. So we're going to go around one more time.
Just checking. Garland Oaks and Brian Rosson have not yet led a lap. So, that's kind of an important thing. They want to try to at least lead one. Hoping, we talked with, Blake said we've talked with Garland the last 3 weeks. He's been 2 seconds and a third. And I said, well, you got to go get that W.
Yeah. You're right there. 2 seconds to the third. Like it's a matter of milliseconds, really. You're that close.
Last week, it was more of a case that they had, there was 3 of them up there fighting for the lead. Robert Spring was a lap down, and Robert, you have to give him the respect that he did not want to interfere with it, but he did have an opportunity possibly to help somebody, but Garland had a little bit of damage from an earlier incident in the race and didn't quite have a car strong enough to really kind of pull out, so he kind of just said, took the 3rd place, great points tonight. We'll see what happens. Now I think you'll see that he's up in the points lead. He'll be here the rest of the season. It'll be interesting to watch. See if he can come and snag a championship away.
Currently focused on David Chin in the 88 Washington Commanders car. He was able to lead a lap on that cycle back there, staying out, collecting a lap lead.
Oh, that.
He's currently in. There's Chin on the list here. 13th overall, 57 behind first place. Denny Carroll, your current race leader in the 41 car.
So we talk about this now. The pace car lights are off. Okay, once they get out through this corner, they'll be down. Pace car will hit pit road. We know these 2 guys work together. So are we going to see possibly, Denny Carroll get a great start and Randy Waugh not, and him allow, Denny Carroll to get up in front of him, or, vice versa? Will, Denny Carroll lay back and let, Randy Waugh get in there? It's interesting how some of these teammates kind of do that. We've called them like that before. Then again, they may not use that strategy. So.
Yeah, we're still early in the race, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
Got a guy you like to hook up with like that? You do. You just try to do it. Green flag comes out.
Oh, Brian let him in.
Little different though.
Yeah.
I think Brian Wolf did not quite get a great start. Randy Waugh saw the opportunity to get down in front of Brian Wolf. That puts him right behind his buddy Denny Carroll. And now they're just going to see what they can do. But you'll see. As soon as that high line, when Brian Wolf pulls to the high side there, they didn't have time enough to go up. But if that high line was starting to come, you would have seen them gone up there. But Brian, it was coming. Brian saw it coming. He got up there and got beside Randy Waugh before Randy had a chance to even move up. Almost looks like he's trying to get up there, but see here. Let's say we're down to 16 cars.
Yep.
Bob Sire, I think.
We're into the trial over there. The 41 just bottomed out on the apron. He was able to hold on to it, though.
Yeah. Mark Paglia is back there just struggling to try to keep with the draft. I think you'll have, a few drivers from Matt Paglia, Bob Sire, and Robert Spring that are a little off the pace from the damage.
Yep.
They're, Bob Sire and Robert Spring are about 6 seconds back, and they're just kind of keep hanging in there, trying to see what they can do, try to keep the points they can. Paglia's right there, but he's slowly but surely losing that lead draft.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see if Sire and Spring can catch up to him. To get 3 of them working together, even though they're a little damaged, it might be quicker as a threesome. They might just be a little bit quicker there.
Yeah, and they've got about a 5-second gap before they get to the 28, so that's going to take them a couple laps, but they definitely will catch them. Paglia now is out of the draft. He was holding on to it, but it faded.
They'll run him down a lot quicker than, the 2 cars will run down 1 car a lot quicker once he gets away from that draft. Brian Wolf trying really differently on that outside to get the lead away from Denny Carroll. Wolf has led a lap tonight, so.
Yep.
But keep
and
checking
Dave
that.
Little pushing the 29 on that high side. Ken Roberts as well.
That's the thing, a lot of the guys like to. I know Denny Carroll and Randy Waugh. They like to run the bottom. I don't like running the bottom. Coming off turn 2, it seems just, to me, and like I said, it's just me, seems a bit too tight. I lose so much momentum on there. But being on the bottom, usually if something happens, it goes to the top. So, it's a kind of a double-edged sword there. Whether you want to be down at the bottom and struggle getting off the corner, or do you want to be on the top where it comes off the corner good, but you're in a bad predicament if something should happen.
Mm-hmm. Brian was able to edge. It shows that it's a tie on my telemetry here. It says 0.000, but I gave that last lap to Brian.
Yep.
So that's kind of crazy, actually. Let me see.
That's what he wanted to do. That's one of the things he's got to do is get out there. Got to lead one of those laps. That gives you the bonus point. Who knows? Come down to the last race of the season. That 1 point could make up all the difference.
Yeah.
Woo! Danny Carroll coming off for turn 2. Tires on the yellow line.
And this is how close it actually was.
I gotta watch that again. I want to watch that again to see if he does that again. I might have learned something about Danny Carroll here.
This lap went to Brian Wolf. They are like crazy how close that is.
Yeah, and you look at on the replay that you're showing that Randy Waugh was right on his bumper, and Dave Little was a little bit off from his, but Dave must have gave him a heck of a push that actually pushed, Brian Wolf out to the front.
Like, that is so close, dude. That's crazy. But yeah, they gave it to Brian. So yeah, that's
How would you like to make that call? Thank God a computer does it, right? Yeah, he just edged him. Wow.
Yeah, I don't even see it because, like I said, on my telemetry, it said that he was 0.000. So technically, it was a tie, I guess. But I guess there's a fourth digit we'll never be able to see. But it's got to give it to somebody, so maybe the game just instantly flips a coin, right? It's got to go somewhere.
Well, it's probably the fourth line.
There's probably 7 digits in there that we'll never get to pull out of the game, right? It's got to be there because how else are you going to do it? But that's wild.
And then Bob Sire gets put down a lap. Unfortunately for him tonight, he just had got involved in that crash, but still trucking along out there. The only way you're going to get more points, you got to keep going. I don't know how many people we've dropped out yet, but should we have another crash and someone else drops out, that's position, so you got to keep going.
Yeah, Robert Spring 3 laps ago was forced to retire due to engine failure at a valve let loose. So we've got John Godfrey retired, Greg Palmer accident, Robert Spring engine valve. 15 cars remain. Bob Sire has gone a lap down, like you said.
What do you say we grab Mr. Spring and bring him down here and just have a chat with him?
If you would like, sure.
Robert Spring, you got Rod and Blaine in the booth. We got a copy, buddy.
What's up there, Mr. Rodman?
Hey, not a good night for you tonight, bud.
No, this blue valve, man.
You gotta love those random breakdowns, but car looked pretty good other than that. You were making some pretty good moves. Unfortunately, I just believe you got a little love tap there from Greg Palmer. Not an intentional thing. I'm pretty sure that he just didn't judge it quite right and got you and him and Bob Sire kind of involved in it. But other than that, having fun. You're still in the top 10. Hopefully that you'll keep that way after tonight.
Yes, sir. But they're saying, I don't know, they said like 4 cars shifted. They're calling it a war.
Yeah, we kind of saw something like that, but so that's an unfortunate thing for you tonight. But you'll be playing with us tomorrow night on the old RB there.
Yes, sir, I will be.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. We were talking about it earlier.
See if we can. It's funny to go from the fastest game to like literally the slowest game. Mm-hmm. Let's go race at Talladega and then let's go play an RV game.
We need to put a 74 on that RV.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. We need to find out how to mod it.
I don't even know if they have a ability to change the RV. That would literally be funny if we could actually paint it.
I would assume eventually they would put in a mod of some kind that allows you to add stickers to it and stuff.
Yes, that would be so funny because then Robert could drive it good. Me and Robert spent a little time this week doing driving lessons for him, and he's improved his driving.
Look at that! Wolf just got holy moly.
Yeah. We actually switched left and right.
Yeah. Went to the arrow keys to help him out.
Yeah, that's a good thing to do. Yeah, like that's the great thing with a computer game. You can just remap everything. If you don't like where it is, just move it.
We're back 3 wide again. Ken Roberts on the high side. Kelly Kaza. They got Danny McCarthy and Ryan Rosslin trying to get that high side rolling. I love this 3 wide stuff. All right, Robert. Well, I just wanted to bring it up, say hi to you. Unfortunately your night's over, but you're probably gonna sit back and watch the rest of these guys.
That's what I'm doing now. Yeah, I'm actually in far chase on Perry Bond, so we'll see what happens up front here.
All right, bud. Well, we'll talk to you later, and you have a good evening.
You too, sir.
Thanks, Robert.
We'll see you both. Yep. We'll see you guys tomorrow, man.
We'll be there. Brian Wolf all over the place. He's on the high line. He's in the low line.
Gotta go where they're going,
Yeah, that's it. Cody Lama's back in the mix now too. He was kind of hanging around at the back there. Now he's up there in the third spot.
He hasn't really made much of a charge towards the front. He's just been kind of content with running in whatever. I think I've seen him most of the time in that high line, but getting to the point where you gotta see what you got. Unfortunately, Bob Sire going another lap down. That car is beat up horrible. So.
What's he running for a top speed?
Hold on a second. Let me check that.
Probably about a $179 or something. Maybe even slower.
He is maxing out at 163 miles an hour down the end of the straightaway.
So he's about 20. He's almost 20 mile an hour off pace.
When he hits the corner, he drops down to 158 miles an hour. Just the little bit of the drag from turning the car.
I wonder if it's a matter of time before the engine lets go, depending where the damage is. If it's just aero damage, it'd be fine, but the motor might blow up if it's motor damage.
Don't curse him.
Yeah, no, we don't do that anymore here.
Yes, you can't do that. You want him to finish.
Of course, need them points. See, he's already outlasted, Robert and Greg and Godfrey. So, although he was up there leading too, so he does have the lead laps, which help out also.
Yep. We're back down to 2x2. Garland Oaks on the high side there. I don't know. Let me check. Just want to make sure. He still has not led a lap. So he needs to get out there. Looks like he's going to do that this time by. As long as Randy Waugh doesn't give Denny Carroll a good shove, I think he'll have it. And he does. He leads that lap. Seeing how that Brian Rosson has not led a lap yet, that would put right currently Garland Oaks our points leader. Right, Paglia pulls up to the high side and lets the guys go as he goes 1 lap down. Unfortunately, one of the victims of the earlier crash as well.
Yeah, a couple really, really tough early crashes, some hard hits. I mean, sometimes we get away with stuff where cars just sort of spin out, might need tires, but then you get these other ones where they just hook straight into the wall. It's like,
and you saw
catastrophic damage.
Yep, you saw Garland Oaks go to the bottom. He's one of those guys that likes to run the bottom of the track. Like I said, I can't do it. It's too tight down there for me, but his explanation of it is the same thing I talked about earlier. If something happens and you're at the bottom, you have less of a chance of being involved in it. Ken Roberts is making a really good charge out there with Kelly Kaza, Dennis McCarthy, and Brian Rosson with Perry Baum behind him. Ooh, McCarthy just disappeared.
Well, wild too, yeah.
He's gone. That made Brian Rosson back off a little bit because you don't know where he's going to come back. You don't want to be typed right up behind Kelly Kaza and have him come back inside your car. So
he has not been thrown from the server yet. There he goes.
Just going to say, I was watching the chat.
Yeah, so he has fallen out. McCarthy will be able to come back in. Unfortunately, he will lose any laps that he's not part of course.
That's unfortunate. He is currently 5th in points, 22 out, tied with Brian Wolf, as we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
So, and I don't think he has led a lap yet. He has not. So that's going to be a tough one for him. But like you said, he can get back in here. He can rejoin. They don't have a problem with that. He just, unfortunately for him, he could be laps down.
And I'm not 100% sure on the rule, but most leagues in a disconnection, if you do get reconnected, they will give you all of your laps back except for one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Know if we do that over here or not. Like you said, because we broadcast so much. Some of the times we come in here, we're trying to guess of which rule is what, just because we broadcast with so many different leagues. So. And
there is some rules that sort of, like that one, that kind of carry over to most leagues anyway. Yeah, so that might be that. I wouldn't be surprised if that was a situation here. It's a good rule. I mean, we can't give you all of your laps back because you're off pace anyway coming out of the pits. But, if you're 10 laps down, you'll be 1 lap down.
Currently checking to see if he'd made it back in.
156 mile an hour top speed from Pumpkin. He's letting us know there 3 minutes ago in the YouTube chat.
Dennis has not made it back in, unfortunately. So that would mean he's probably had a connection issue that, completely shut down. Outage, sometimes will do that.
Yeah.
The way his car was disappearing earlier, I don't know. I have a funny story about that. I was racing one time. I have the corner desk kind of set up and just sitting there racing, having a grand old time, and there was this big, loud boom and darkness. And Brian Wolf and Dave Little are making their way down pit road. We're getting close to some pit stops there. But the what happened was lightning hit the power pole not too far away from my house, shut the power down. And I'm just standing there holding on to my steering wheel in the darkness going,
I guess I retired from the race.
Yeah.
I had that happen one time because I have a battery backup on my computer, so I've got 30 minutes of power. And from where I was sitting, there was a window behind my computer. And the transformer box that's in the lawn of my neighbor in the backyard, it exploded, caught fire. And I was like, oh, wow, that's crazy. So I'm sitting in a dark house, but I'm still playing a game. Here they come.
Here comes the rest of everybody. Oh, geez, we got some lockups. Good job. Ooh, come on, Rawson. Wow. He saved it. And Lissy Sandoval was doing the same thing. Perry Bottom was back there going, all right, guys, come on, get it straight.
Wow, that was great. Everybody comes down hot, and they all figured it out. The save of the day there is Rawson. Let's back that up. Take a look at that.
Yeah, that was wicked.
He has actually on the grass and was able to get it back on the tarmac and not spin it.
See, Sandoval was out of control a little bit there, too. Yeah, you got to turn the steering wheel if you're going to go in the cockpit. You got to turn that steering wheel. You can't see it. You can't see it. That's right, too. Keep forgetting that.
The thing turns 45 degrees to the left and the right, and he still got it back. Everybody gave him room. The great thing about NASCAR 2003 season is the fact that you're always in control, and collisions are always on.
Well, I'm kind of focused right now, currently on Bryant Wolf. Just to see how are they going to make out after that pit stop. Heard as they were going down through by the pits, I could hear all the cars, but so they're up to full speed. And the other guys are working up to full speed. But they lost a little bit of time there. Harry Bond lost a little bit of time on there, so he has lost the draft. So it's going to end up, he's going to end up kind of backing up to Brian Wolf and Dave Little there. Hopefully they get the three of them together. They might be able to run them down if they start racing side by side. Downside to that is if they get up there and the guys are not racing side by side, then it makes it even harder. But
67 of Oaks tried to take that high line, but 55 had such a head of steam, he decided against that one. It would have been great if it was on the flat. Idea. Yeah, if it was on the flat, then it would have been fine. You could have just taken the bump to get her squared up and take the bump, but they were going into a turn, so.
Yeah.
Look at the head of steam.
They are running side by side-ish. They're running side by side-ish, and I do want to straight ish because I knew just that was going to happen. Garland Oaks, Cody Lamas, and Ulysses Sandoval with the 3 cars on the bottom, and the 5 cars that are on the top had a better run. So they knew that they were going to have to get behind them. So now we have a 7-car pack up there that's running really, really tight to each other, that's going to make it a lot harder for Brian Wolf and Dave Little and what was the other, Perry Bond.
Perry, yeah.
To catch up to them.
We're going to be really tight on fuel. We should be okay, but I mean, we're looking at about 16 or 17 laps to go.
They can do, well,
about
yeah.
19.
Yeah. Going to be close.
Mm-hmm. One of those races where, you know, the little bit of conserving of gas measures that these guys do throughout the race can get you a quarter lap, or we see guys running out and they're pulling out of the line because they got no fuel left.
And we saw that, I don't know, was it last week or the week before, where they were doing that. They were actually, all of a sudden, you'd caught it because you were keeping track of the speeds that they were running. They started slowing down to basically save fuel.
Yeah, they were running in a pack. You know, in a pack like this, they're running up around 200 miles an hour. But then we noticed, like, oh, they're only running like 190. So they were backing the whole pack down. Right now, they're still running top speed.
Yep.
Speaking of top speed, Greg Palmer, fastest lap so far tonight, 47.79 seconds from stripe to stripe, with an average of 200.14 miles per hour.
Unfortunately for him, like as we talked about with Robert Spring there when we brought him up to the booth for a little bit, unfortunately a little bit of internet latency kind of got him all tangled up there a little bit, and fortunately took Greg Palmer's car out of the race.
Yeah, about 26 laps ago, according to the stats. The great thing about this vertical ticker is it just stays there the whole night.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for your favorite driver, well, they're on that list somewhere.
Yeah, and that's cool too. But you know, with the ticker, like you said, as it goes across the top, it kind of doesn't refresh that quick. And you know, if they hit the line at this time when the ticker's here, this one here is a little bit more quicker. And especially when I don't know how long does it go until it starts to, you know, switch the bottom ones.
In this league, the bottom one doesn't switch because you'd need more than 30 drivers for it to switch.
That's the answer I was asking, is basically how many drivers before it started to switch. So it works out pretty good.
Let me see. 27. So if there's more than 27 cars, I can enable that second panel. So like on Thursdays, there's both panels are going because the first panel, of course, at the top is the top 10. And then I've got 11 to 27. And then the second panel on the bottom will rotate for position 28 to 43. But in this league here, we've got under 27 guys tonight. So I shut that second panel off.
I like it this way better. I think it works out a lot.
You know, yeah, it's the same refresh rate. It's just the fact that it never disappears. You can always find, especially the top 10. I like to leave the top 10. I mean, technically, I could still run a horizontal ticker from 11 to 43 and have the 10 stick. I could do that too.
I think it's neat though, because especially with when I've raced in a few of these races where that ticker goes across the top, my daughter would watch the race. Where's my dad? Where's my dad? You know. And this setup there, she could just look at it and notice it right off. That's
the thing, when there's so many drivers, I found, like when we were broadcasting for these leagues, a lot of these leagues got 20 guys plus.
Well, Maverick, we average about, 35-ish, you know?
Yeah. Even here, if you've got 20, you know, it takes a long time for 20 to go by.
Yep.
And I'm thinking, I need that vertical one, because at least there you can always see the top 10. And it's, like you said, it's a lot easier to find your guy, because it doesn't roll away from your eyes while you're trying to scan through it. It's a static shuffle.
Got my eye there on Garland Oaks. He's back there in the 6th spot. I don't think that's where he wants to be. He keeps poking out, trying to get people to go with him. He wants to get his butt up there near the front. Right now, currently, he is behind Brian Rosson, who's in 2nd. So he wants to be able to get up there and try to get up there. We are, gosh, it's unreal how fast this race goes. We're almost down to 10 laps to go.
We've only had 8 yellow flag laps tonight. There's only been 2 caution flags. So these races go by quick. Plus we run 57, not the normal 66. So
Apparently Ken Roberts, though, he's leading the field out there. Be interesting, we're just, when they come in the line, it's going to be 10 to go. So now, if a caution should fall, they race back to the line. But it's going to be interesting who's going to start making the move. You got to start thinking about it. You don't want to do it too early, but they got to start pulling out, making another line if they want any of these guys that are, further back, that are in the points, they want to do well. As Ulysses Sandoval, he puts his nose out there trying to see if somebody will go.
And you've got your points leaders overall, Brian Rawson up front, well, not up front, but second place currently, with Oaks being back there in sixth. Again, he gets, for a second place finish, you get 35 points. So you get the bonus points over third. It's a good spot to be for Rawson. He can get a podium finish.
Yeah, he still has not led a lap yet, though, either, so.
That's true, yeah. Garland has.
Yep. I think it's only 1 point, but hey, like I said, 1 point's 1 point.
It's a very tight point setup here at ASR, this Sunday series, because it literally is, first place gets 40 points for the win, second place gets 35, third place gets 33, and then it's only 1 point difference for everybody else. Every other position just drops by 1 point. And of course, you do get the 1 point for leading a lap, and you get an extra point for leading the most laps. So you can come out of a race with 42 total points if you win with the most laps led.
Currently, right now, that's Denny Carroll who's going to be the driver that takes that. Ken Roberts has got enough time. He needs to do 6 more laps just to tie him, which he's probably already done because our GTA Live TV little thing that gives us a lot of good information isn't always quickly right on top of things. So
Bob Sire, I just noticed, has retired 8 laps ago. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
McCarthy is back in. McCarthy is showing up on the list.
Let me check.
No, he's not on the track though.
He has not come back.
No. Okay, so it's just... Oh, I see. It says... Yeah, I get it. It says that he's running, but he's not...
Not in the race.
He's not in the game to retire, so the game thinks he's still running, and they just think he pulled over. Right. So he's 14 laps out and hasn't come back yet.
Garland Oaks, Cody Lamas, and Ulysses Sandoval are out on the high side trying to see if they can make that work. Not making up too much ground. They got up on the outside of... Randy Waugh and getting by him.
I'm so curious about the fuel situation here. Some of these guys might be short.
Well, we know Brian Wolf and Dave Little pitted a lap earlier than these guys did. So them guys would be more worried about it than the guys that are out here running. But you're right. We don't know. We're not Seth Cole. We don't keep everything down. These guys pitted here and those there.
Well, yeah, that's the thing when you're looking at it going, well, 18, 19, we should be okay, but then it depends on how aggressive you are at the throttle too, right? Like a lot of guys are maybe they're only running 95% throttle, and you're saving a little bit at a time. You could be all right.
If you're Ken Roberts right now, and they're still cranking up about 197 mile an hour laps, you're Ken Roberts, you're not saving any fuel.
No.
If you're everybody behind him, the exception where Garland Oaks has poked out a few times to try to see if he can go and make something happen. You're not saving fuel. The rest of the guys are. So the guy that's in we might find out and cannot make it earlier could be Ken Roberts. But
it would be neat to run a 1X race at 100%. It would take a long time.
I was part of a group that did that. I didn't. Like I said, I'm not a super speedway racer. I'm not that good at it. I didn't really last that long, but I know people who've done it. A long race.
So that's like a 45 lap window to pit because you're running on real life data.
We're getting down to 5 to go, and then there is a way, I don't know how to do it, where you can do driver changes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know how they did it. Something to do with how it worked, but they have had people do like the 24 hours of Daytona kind of thing, where you could change drivers. No iRacing has that function. It's just, because we've done that over when I raced at iRacing. But
I wonder if maybe it's got something to do with the driver using the same car file or something in the same name.
I don't know. I don't remember how
Maybe
they
your
did
one
it.
guy's able to disconnect and somebody else is able to connect and take that spot. I wonder if
Kinda
it's
sorta
different
like that,
IP though. I wonder with a different IP if that would be possible. That's cool.
Like I said, I remember them guys. Some of the guys were doing it. I don't remember how they did do it, but we're
Cool.
creeping up to it. We're getting down. When I come to the line, we're going to be 4 laps to go. Ken Roberts is still out front. Brian Rawson second. Kelly Kaza third. Denny Carroll, Randy Waugh, Ireland Oaks, and Cody Lamas, and Ulysses Poppy Sandoval still out there. They're the lead pack. They've got 8 of them in a pack. They got to start making moves here pretty soon if you're going to get out of that groove and get out get out front. Otherwise, you're just going to you're not going to go any more points up.
I mean, Oaks and Waugh, like they want to do it because with Rawson in front of both of them, I mean, you like we got Rawson, Oaks, Waugh, Wolf, and McCarthy as your top 5 points overall leaders here. So McCarthy's out of this. He's 14 laps. He's 19 laps down now with the disconnection.
Randy Waugh's
Rawson's
only
in front of
11
all of
points. Randy Waugh's only 11 points behind. So, you know what I mean? If you're Randy Waugh, do you say, hey, I'm going to try to pull out, trying to advance, which he's trying to do now. He's poked his nose out there. Or you say, well, yeah, I'm 5th, but it's still a good points night,
And he's in front of Garland.
You're in front of Garland. You're behind, Rawson.
And they've all led laps. Rawson has not. Neither has Kazi.
Yeah.
Everybody else has.
Denny Carroll is starting to make that bottom groove work.
Ken
Randy Waugh
Roberts.
behind him. Garland Oaks. Rawson going to take and drop to the bottom. They're going to do that kind of stuff. That leaves Ken Roberts and Kelly Kaza kind of out to dry on that high side.
Roberts does have the most laps led now by 1.
Yeah.
He's got 16 over Denny Carroll's 15. Rawson takes over the lead here at the end of lap 55.
He's got his lead lap in now. Now,
Yes, he does.
The guy that's won the last 2 races, or the last 2 races he's run here, he's won every time. He's currently in 2nd spot. Got his team, the guy that he likes to draft with behind him. And when we get to the line now, it's going to be 1 to go. So, you see Garland Oaks pulls out. Cody Lamas going with him. And Ulysses Sandoval, now they're going to have 5 cars because Ken Roberts and Kelly Kaza are going to be behind them. The question is do they stay with them guys or do they abandon them and go to the bottom? Oh, they saw the momentum coming. Denny Carroll's looking. Whoa, boy, Denny Carroll, I think, is going to get...
Oh, no, here we go.
Oh, Garland Oaks.
That might be it right there.
That could be it.
Yellow is up. They have taken the yellow flag. Rawson is going to be your winner. There's 1 lap to go. What happened with Ulysses? He slammed the brakes on back there.
That song. Denny Carroll finished in 2nd. She's not finished out of the top 3. Time he's been racing here.
That is a wild time for that yellow to come out. Rawson got his lap led, a couple laps led, and it's not over yet. We could have another McCarthy situation here, or somebody who
Ulysses
disconnects.
Sandoval's got to get up there. He's supposed to be in the 3rd spot.
Yeah, he slammed the brakes on really hard. I don't know why. Yeah, he's got to claim his spot here because he's being billed in 3rd.
And if he doesn't get, I don't know what happens with that.
I mean, they could adjust it. But, I mean, the race isn't over yet. That's the thing. This is how the race will end. It'll be Cody Lamas. I can't see them adjusting the points because Ulysses has lots of time to get that car back into that 3rd slot.
There he's going by Kelly Kaza. He's got to get up past Cody Lamas because that's where he's supposed to be. It looks like he's doing that now. Could be going by Cody Lamas, but he's not doing it. A little bit different.
It's interesting why he wouldn't pass Cody.
Yeah.
Cody will end up being billed for 3rd.
We would have to ask Brian Wolf. We'll have to pull Brian Wolf up, to see how does that work out. To see who do we does he? Yeah, Cody Lamas gets to the line before he does. So it's grab Brian Wolf for a moment and ask him,
God,
what do
he
they do?
spins out, Ross, and
Brian Wolf, got Rod and Blaine of the boost. We have a question.
Go ahead.
So when the 3 cars went to the up, it changed it back. So when we went to the 3 cars across the line, we had Brian Rasson, Denny Carroll, and Ulysses Sandoval, and he didn't make it to the line. Didn't come out in front of Cody Lamas.
However, we're showing scored. Give me just 1 second because I'm saving this export.
Yep.
I'm going to have to look at it. I really can't answer that at the moment. 1 second.
That depends on who we drag up here, but
yeah, because he crossed the
Okay.
line at 3rd, but then didn't take 3rd place back. I don't know why he did that.
Now, let's say that scenario again. I'm sorry.
you go to look at the official standings, it says that Ulysses Sandoval is in 3rd. What happened is Ulysses Sandoval crossed in the 3rd position at the line. Okay, but he didn't. When he come back around, he was in the 4th position behind Cody Lamas.
Oh, wait a second. Sorry, Lamas is a lap down.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, Lamas.
Right,
Lamas was a
My
lap
bad.
down, the 84 car, which actually plays in my favor. Moved me up 1 spot. But
Hey now.
but yeah, the finishing order is how it should be. So you're going to want Ulysses, and then Denny, and then Brian.
All right.
Cool.
Well, I just want to
Appreciate
make
you
sure.
guys. Yeah, we're good.
Sure.
Yeah, the finishing order should be correct.
Thank you, bud. Oh no, hold on a minute here. I got to find out what he's done doing burnouts. All right. I got yelled at for doing that. I moved somebody in too fast. All right, what do you say we get the old U-Man up here? Ulysses Sandoval, the puppy. You got Rod and Blaine in the booth. We got a copy, buddy. Ulysses. I'm thinking he stepped away. He stepped away for a minute. So we'll grab Denny Carroll and we'll come back to him. Denny Carroll, you got Rod and Blaine in the booth. You got a copy, bud.
Who?
Who? Who?
Me?
Yeah. So what happened to the streak, dude?
I had a plan, but I didn't. There was 3 RTG guys, 3 wrecking ball guys behind it. It was just me and Randy. We was trying to figure out what the 67 was going to do, and I just ran out of time, I guess.
Well, yeah, you've had a pretty good run over here. Now you still can't complain with 2nd. That's going to help you out in the points if you decide to run the rest of the season. You know, you were coming into this race, I think it was 12th in points, little ways back, but successful runs like this, that's going to put you right up there and, in the points. You're going to keep coming? You're going to keep trying or what?
Yeah, I can't complain about 2nd. Anytime you can just finish a race on the super speedway is good.
Are we going to see you through the rest of the next 3 races? Are you going to continue to run this out on Sunday?
How many races they got for? Do they have a playoffs?
No, it's all it's a basic. It's the same kind of 8 race. Whoever gets the most points wins. I think you get 5 more points for a win. You get 3 from the 2nd to 3rd, and then it's 1 point down, and then 1 point for leading a lap of the most. So.
Yep, I'm gonna see if I can't wrestle the points lead away from these guys.
I think you should. I really do.
I'm gonna try it. See how it works out.
So that earlier we thought we were watching you, and we had that restart where you were in the bottom and you had the lead. Randy Wall was on the 2nd. We know you like to run with him. I was thinking that one of you guys might have backed off and let the other one in front or whatever, and Randy was able to get down in behind you. Did you get a good jump on that? And did Brian Wolf fall asleep back there, or was that something you kind of planned?
No, we didn't plan it really. I don't know. Brian Wolf might have been napping at the wheel when it went green.
Yeah.
Actually, I would have slid up in front of Randy coming off 2, but I didn't have to because he just dropped down behind me.
Yeah, we know that you and Randy kind of, work well together and always are. You usually try to find each other out there in these super speedway tracks. So I kind of wondered, I thought at least one of you guys would slow down, but then again, it is, when you got Denny Carroll and Randy Wall, you guys both want to win. Who ends up getting be the front car out of that?
Well, whoever ends up in the front, because we don't give each other nothing, but we help each other all we can.
Yeah.
The only reason I was in front of him because I beat him off pit road. I think it was the last yellow. Somehow I got out faster than he did, but what for that, he'd still been in front of me. And I would have been.
Still good, successful night for you. Like I said, if you keep doing what you're doing, you should have a really good chance out there. Unfortunately, the guy that you would be fighting for the championship was also the guy that won the race. He and Garland Oaks were tied going into the night. Unfortunately for Garland Oaks, he led a lap, Brian led a lap, and Garland finished back in the 5th position. But just keep doing what you're doing. I think you'll catch and run these guys down as long as they have a bad night.
Yeah, I'll let Rawson have it this week, and I'll come back and get it next week.
There you go. Blaine, you got anything for Denny Carroll?
I'm curious about the fuel situation at the end. We were kind of wondering if you guys have been short.
No, actually, I was about a lap and a half to the good.
Oh, cool.
Still pretty close, though.
Yeah, that last caution, those guys was topping off because it looked like it was going to be really close on one more stop, and with the 2 laps of caution we had, or 3 or whatever it was, that evened it out because with that stop, I was a lap and a half to the good.
That's a question I will ask. What do you usually get to save under a caution? How many laps can you usually save?
With this game, if you got 3 laps of caution, you can usually save a good lap, maybe a little more. If you clutch, which I got a habit of clutching. I clutch. If I've got 10 gallons more gas than I need, I still clutch. It's a habit.
Yep, I do the same thing.
Yeah. But, you get about 19 and a half laps on a full tank. And if you save a little during a run, you can get 20 laps out of it. So that's about everybody runs 2X, so that's what it always is.
Yeah. All right, buddy. Well, congratulations on your 2nd place finish, but I'm going to give you a chance to thank anybody that you want to thank for getting you here, so the floor is yours.
I just thank God, my family, Rodney Sullins for painting my car. This old car has been a good one, and just thank you and Blaine for putting this on, and Brian Wolf for letting me race with them, and we'll see you guys next Sunday.
All right, buddy. Well, congratulations on your 2nd place finish.
See you, Blaine.
Thanks, Danny.
So I woke up in the morning in the ceiling, and turns out I was next. Oh, hey, you guys.
Hey, you man! We caught you down earlier, but you must have stepped away for a second, so sorry we interrupted you in your con. That's okay.
I went to pee.
I figured as much. But 3rd place finish tonight, that's not bad. You ran, most of the night there, you and Garland Oaks kind of, started running. We're running together, but, all in all, 3rd place finish is pretty good for you.
Oh, I didn't know I finished 3rd. I thought I finished 5th, 4th.
You finished 3rd, dude. That's why we got you up here, bud.
There was a couple lap cars in the mix with you there, but you actually had 3rd.
Oh. Well, I expected to be about 5th or something, because I was just gonna follow the flow. Everyone was making moves, so I was gonna, stay behind them, expect to make to get some ground. But not that much ground.
I'm looking at the points. Currently, you are 14th in points, but you have missed 1 race. You are a little bit behind that in points, but with the 3rd place finish, that's going to help you out. You planning on running the rest of the 3 races and see if you can work yourself up there into the top 10 or maybe higher?
Oh yeah, I really wanna, on every league, the super speedway racing is different, so I'm here to learn how stuff is gonna be, so I could be prepared next season. This season hasn't been especially very kind to me, so because I there's so much to learn, so right now I'm just absorbing all the information for to use it all on next season.
Yeah, well, you do pretty darn good at these the super speedway races. I'll give you that. But yeah, you got to just keep pushing and keep learning. You'll never stop learning in racing. There's always something more to learn, something new tricks. So you just got to keep pushing at it and keep going.
Oh yeah, yeah.
All right, Blaine, do you have anything for the Poppy Sandoval?
No. Yes. Well,
No,
you know what? Denny kind of answered the same question. I was going to just ask the same question about the fuel thing. I guess everybody was good to go to the end then. We were thinking you guys might have been tight on gas.
Oh yeah, we were good.
I don't know why I thought you guys would be running low, but I guess it was within 17 or 18 laps. So,
I mean, we were right at the line with fuel. So, we just needed that stop. We didn't have so much fuel nor little fuel. We have exactly what we needed. At least I felt that way.
Yeah, here I was trying to create drama with everybody running out of gas, and it looks like we had about 1 or 2 laps to the good anyway, so there was no issues on the fuel tank. But anyway, yeah, that's awesome.
Probably the leader was running out because he uses more gas than anybody else. But other than that, I think everybody was good. We're just waiting on the moment to strike.
Mm-hmm.
Right. All right.
Yeah. I got one thing for you. Forget what you heard initially.
Well, congratulations on your 3rd place finish. And we're going to give you the floor to thank anybody that you want to thank for getting you here. So the floor is yours.
All right, AV, thank you to my teammates, the Team Wrecking Ball. For Team Wrecking Ball, you got Garland and good old Cody over here. Well, they are good friends. I know Cody is in an NCRA, and he's a great driver. And it's a good thing to happen over here, He's part of that other group of friends who are just, racing with each other. You got the Wrecking Ball guys who are racing with me, and then Cody just migrates here, and he's more than welcome. And also big shout out to the G-Man, Garland. He's putting a great season. Although tonight was a step back, but we still have time, we still have other weeks to make it better. Just hope for the best for next week, and good luck. Oh yeah.
All right, well, congratulations on your 3rd place finish, and we'll catch you next week, bud.
Later.
All right, Brian, you got Rod and Blaine in the booth. You got a copy, bud.
Hey, 10-4.
Absolutely. Took the points lead back. You tied there going in tonight. You didn't lead the lap until the very last one-ish, until the very end of it there. So, and then, you had a decent night, stayed out of the trouble, and then come across the line in first. Tell us a little bit about how your night went.
I was pretty lucky there. I was right behind a couple of incidents. So, sometimes that's all it takes is just be in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, like I said, taking back the points lead away from Garland Oaks. He's going to give you fits for the last 3 races. You are our champion from last season, so you think you can keep him back there and try to get another championship 2 in a row?
I mean, that's the plan, but super speedways, you never know what's going to happen. I mean, you get a lot of variables and things that can happen, and all you can do is keep plugging away at it.
So then, an odd question. You've heard the guys talking about how they might do something a little different on the Sunday nights. Going to be doing maybe some sprint racing. What are your thoughts about that? Have you done a lot of that kind of sprint races where they do like 10-lap sprint racing? I know some of the leagues will do that during practice, but they're talking about doing it with a points system. How do you feel about that? You think that's going to be kind of fun?
Yeah, I mean, I think it may mix it up. There's so many people that get caught up in stuff in these long races that, they're put out of it within 5 or 10 laps, just bad luck or what have it. And, I think if you could do that kind of stuff, it kind of mix it up and kind of make it more even across the field.
Yeah, well, when you get basically 4, 5, 10, 10-lap races, that you could really earn a lot of points in one night. You also could lose a lot of points in one night. But so it'd be interesting for us over here to call for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Everybody comes out here to win, but honestly, I come out here for a good time and camaraderie and just, stuff like that, man. It's always good to win, but I like to have fun.
Oh, absolutely. Blaine, do you have anything for Brian?
Well, back earlier in the race, you almost overshot Pitts there. You were in the grass and still
Heck of a
saved it.
save.
And here you are in the winner's circle. So, man, that could have been a catastrophe getting on the lawn like that. I was thinking too.
I thought I was going to be
version.
done, honestly, because I had to pit from the outside lane and I locked it up. And I really thought I was going to go way out the grass. I kind of got lucky that I didn't.
You were tank slapping it. You were tank slapping it for sure.
That new version of Rolling Thunder's got that wider pit road. It's like you used the part of the grass that would have been paved on that version of the track.
Yeah, 99% of the time when that happens, you don't end up on the wrong or the right side of things. So I got lucky for sure.
Being the leader out there, how much we talked with the other guys a little bit about fuel. Everybody was pretty good on fuel. How about you?
No, I was good because I ran in second for quite a few laps, so I was able to kind of burp it here and there. I didn't have any. I was going to make it regardless.
Yep. All right, well, congratulations on your first place finish. I'm going to give you the chance to thank the people that you want to thank to get you here, so the floor is yours.
Yeah, I want to thank Brian Wolf putting this stuff on, ASR, Bryant Motorsports, and everybody who helps out with this stuff. It's a good place and a good time to run on Sundays. Appreciate playing you and riding all the broadcast stuff. It makes it more special, being able to come back and watch it after the fact. I thank my teammates and, because at this kind of racing, you got to have teammates to win. So appreciate all their help. And thanks, Ronnie Solon's Paint, for all the stuff he's done for me. And God bless, guys.
Thanks,
there
Brian.
You go. There you go. Our first place finisher tonight, Brian Rosson, taking the points lead back. It'll be interesting to see next week if he can stretch that out a little bit more or somebody's got something for him. So congratulations, Brian.
We're going to take care, guys.
Thanks, Brad. That was an awesome race, man.
Especially
good, with that save, like getting in the grass on a hot pit like that.
Yeah.
Man, that's
wicked.
Just sometime, the car should have been gone.
And you think about it, that save literally saved him so that he was able to come back out. He didn't really lose that much time.
No. He got out. He might have lost a couple of spots, but the fact that he didn't spin that thing out, he was able to stay, and that was a green flag sequence. So he was able to stay with the pack, and obviously it worked because he's won the race. And then, and then Garland being the closest to him in the points is end up back there wearing fifth. But, and then he led a lap. So did Brian. A lot of laps led. What do we got here? 15 lead changes. 15 lead changes consisting of 10 different drivers tonight. So a lot of people sharing that front row. Ken Roberts leading the most laps, ended up in sixth.
Yeah, he kind of got left out to dry there when they all abandoned him to go to the bottom. But it was interesting. They started making the moves, I think, a little later than they should have. But that's I'm not a super speedway racer, but when they did make them, unfortunately for Ken Roberts and Kelly Cosmo, they got kind of left out there on that high side, and then we had that the accident at the end of it, and unfortunate for some, but Brian Russell took the advantage of it, took the paint sleeve back over, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was a great race. I love it too. Only having, technically 3 yellow flags.
Yeah.
Because we did have that late one, but it was 2 up until that point. That was going to be an exciting finish, but it ended up being an exciting finish either way. But yeah, as always, thanks again to Bryant Motorsports Auto Sales for sponsoring this deal. Of course, Fluid Studios and David Chin over at ASR, all those guys, Brian Wolf, of course, everybody who watches this thing, love it. Tomorrow we're going to be hanging out on Tarnation TV Turbo. If anybody wants to watch us, like I said before, play a way slower game, is just hanging out over there with a few of these guys and seeing if we can rescue our Winnebago.
Yeah.
But do you have any?
keep Bob out of the driver's seat.
Yeah, and keep me awake. I'm a good driver as long as I'm awake.
He nods off and drives off a cliff, you know.
Yeah, that just leads to more clicks.
I'm telling you what, it was so much fun, and I wished, like I said, the only thing I wished is that they, you know, I had the ability of that moment to show the camera view of what I saw. I went over to the house, I turned around, and the RV is gone.
Like, interesting. Yeah, there's a link in the description of this video to that video, and we probably will go live Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, probably around 8 o'clock. So, if you want to join us at 8 p.m. tomorrow, do that. If not, oh well, your loss. We'll definitely see you again here on this channel on Thursday at the Rolling Thunder Gaming Talladega Challenge for their final race of season 66. We have confirmed we're doing season 67 for them in the new year, so that's cool. And of course on Friday as well, it's a busy week for us. We'll be at the Primetime Racing League racing in the trucks for their all-star race. So that'll be super cool too. So yeah, I guess that's it.
Yeah. Good race. Glad to have done.
Yeah, a lot of fun. As we get closer to the end of this thing, like we said before, there is no playoffs, so these points keep getting tallied, and we'll see what happens in the next couple of weeks as we get closer to the final one. But my dog's having a dream right now. She's dreaming about eating something, I think. But either way, thanks everybody for watching. If you're watching live or watching it on the replay, that's awesome. We'll see you in here next time on Tarnation TV. If you want to join us tonight, Tarnation TV Turbo. And yeah, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. Keep your stick on the ice.